Mm-hmm. Welcome, one and all. Keith White, Big Polly, Anthony Crooks, yours truly, Rob, with you this evening. We are going to we're going to skim through the works. We're going to let you guys know how many wins we think teams are going to get, which place, first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, and Cy Young Award winners and MVPs, like, of course, Harper from last year. I got that one exactly right. Do I go for him a second consecutive year?
Was that the only thing you got exactly right?
That wasn't the only thing I got exactly right. Don't be a jabroni.
Tell us about your football picks, Rob.
My football picks, we'll talk about them. The show lasts 2.5 hours. We will talk about them in 2 hours and 45 minutes from now. All right. We're going to go to the American League West. Let's start it off. Houston, Angels, Texas, Seattle, Oakland. Keith, right off the bat, who are you liking out west?
I don't. This is probably stupid, but I'm going to go and take a chance on the Mariners this year for first place. And if their pitching implodes, it does. But I'm going to go with them first. Now, am I supposed to go all the way through?
No, just right now. And what's the one reason you like the Mariners? Is it something you feel like other teams have fallen back, or you feel like the Mariners have moved
close? Up? And then there's the division itself. Just isn't one that I think is quite as strong as it has been in recent years. So I think they got a chance. And then they're going to have a young center fielder that's supposed to be really good that they're going to be putting in there. And I don't know. I'm going to take a chance. That's one team that seems like it gets dismissed every year, and they might have enough this year to win that division.
How many wins?
Oh, goodness. I didn't know I had to have that, too.
Do they win 90? Do they win 90 and win that division? Or does it take
probably low 90s. Probably low 90s.
Low 90s. All right. Big Paulie, let's go to you, my friend. Who wins the American League West and why?
I go with Houston, basically because they've been the chalk so long. I wonder if the Angels will be able to challenge them with Joe Madden as their skipper. Could they build a team around Ohtani and Mike Trout? Can Mike Trout stay healthy? The team I'm looking for to make a move would be the Angels, but you got 12 teams making the playoffs this year. Hell, anything could happen.
Gotcha. How many wins is Houston good for? 100?
I'm going to say just under 100, go like 95.
95. All right. Anthony, who you we've had two different teams. Now you go for a third different team.
You know, the fun pick would be the Angels. They've got they did improve their pitching a little bit. Full season of Ohtani and Trout, hopefully healthy. I actually think Joe Adell is going to have a very good season. I think he's ready to break out. But at this point, I still don't see anybody beating Houston in that division. I think one thing is for sure, Oakland will finish last. But
well, they unloaded everything they could in the last 3 weeks, didn't they? I mean, and what did they really get? Yeah. I mean, that's the sad part. The people they didn't sign, they traded. They got rid of. So, yeah, they're future considerations. If there's any team that's standing on future considerations, it's the Oakland A's. I'm with you on that one. So, Houston, how many wins are they good for, Anthony?
I think they get 90.
Okay. All right. It's coming around to me. I'm going with the Angels, guys. I am going with the Angels, right? I like them this year. I'll tell you a surprise team in this division, if they get any kind of pitching at all, could be Texas. Texas is a team, man, oh man, they have got some bats. And
they have offense, yeah.
Yeah, they've got the bats. Maybe the second best offense in this division, to Houston. Like you say, everybody, the red flag goes up. You're talking about when we talk about Mike Trout, this is enough to scare you. He's played 363 games in the last 4 years. And there's been 546 games played. He's missed a whole season, 183 games in the last 4 years. That's got to be a red flag because, he's 30. He's 30, going to be 31 this year. Everybody that was anybody said that if anybody was going to break that all-time home run record, it's going to be him. I don't see it being him now, and I don't even right now. I'll be probably one of the first people to tell you, and probably the only person to tell you, I don't think he's the best center fielder in the game now. That's just my opinion. That's totally just me. There's one I see above him, and we'll talk about him in a little while. But right now, I'm liking the Angels for 91 wins. I'm liking Houston second. Does anybody going against Oakland for last? Who does somebody else say, like somebody else other than Oakland's last? Paulie?
No, I think Oakland has their eyes on Vegas. To be honest with you, they'll be moving there in a few years.
How about Keith? You still
No,
you think
Oakland? I have them last.
Yes, I got Houston second, only by 2 games. I got Texas third. I got Seattle fourth. They may be the surprise team, and if they are, Keith really will get the props for that one because, 91 wins. I don't think this is his strongest division in the American League. And I think we will be coming up to it in just a couple of minutes. Big Paulie.
See if anybody is brave enough to take my pick and go and put a bunch of money down on it.
Yeah, go out to Vegas. If you make your trip to
I'm going to be
Vegas,
the worst person in the world on your list next year.
Or get in touch with Keith and see if he'll send you about $10 to put on Seattle.
So
Big Paulie, we're
Yes,
going
sir.
to the Central now. We're going to the American League Central.
So only you get to pick the whole division?
Well, everybody. All right, Keith. Who do you like second?
First place, and then you give your.
I gave all mine out. Yeah. All right, who you like second? You picked Seattle.
I had Houston, then the Angels and Rangers,
and then Oakland. How have you got it, Paulie?
I got Oakland last, Houston first. Oh, I think you could throw a hat over Seattle, Texas, and whoever the other team is.
Angels.
The Angels. Maybe Angels could get in at second, but I don't think there's much between those three.
Okay, Anthony, Houston. Who's second?
Angels, and I think they make the playoffs. I think Texas is going to play softball, and their pitching will let them down. They'll finish fourth, and Seattle third.
All right. Okay, we got you there. So, how many will be in the playoffs out of that division, Anthony? You think just Houston?
Just 2, Houston and LA.
Houston, LA. All right. We go to Big Paulie now, Central Division. All right. Who do you like to win the Central Division?
I'm going to go with Minnesota, but I think this is going to be a very competitive division. I think 4 of the 5 teams are going to compete. This is going to be like the AL East last year. I think you're going to have Detroit, the Cleveland, the White Sox, all good teams. But I think Minnesota might sneak one out.
All right. How many wins do you see Minnesota getting this year?
I'll go 100.
Wow. Boy, especially last year. It wasn't last year the year they came in like 4th? And the year before, 74, 75 wins or something is all they got.
The year before, they made that monstrosity of a 16-team playoff, and they got upset by Houston in the first round. That best of 3.
Yeah, so, that's turning around. Anthony, go against Big Paulie and pick another team.
I can't. The White Sox are kind of the sexy pick, but I think Minnesota added. I think they had a very good offseason, and I think it's going to be a very tight pennant race between them and the Sox. I think the Sox by a couple of games, and I have them winning 93 games.
All right, comes to me. I'm going with you, Minnesota. I got the White Sox second myself. 2 games difference. I got 94. 92, so that's almost with Anthony right there. And I got Kansas City at O'Brien. Sadly, I got them bringing up the rear. So, yeah, I just don't like. I just don't like what Kansas City's done or their lack of moves this year. Detroit, I got them playing right at 500 ball, but they've helped themselves over the last couple days. That's a team that could win 86, 87 games if you don't watch out.
Yeah.
Cleveland, I still think Cleveland's got some room to help themselves, but I think Minnesota and the White Sox make it playoffs. Keith.
White Sox, Twins, Indians, Tigers, Royals. I was looking at the Royals roster, and I guess that they could be a little more competitive. They might be able to challenge the Tigers, but I just have a feeling the Tigers, with some of their young talent kind of coming up and
free agents. They had some free agent pickups.
They might be a little bit better team.
So, White Sox, how many do they win?
I'd say about 94.
94. Big Paulie, give us a list all the way down. You said Minnesota. We all said Minnesota other than Keith. Give us your list all the way down.
Okay. Minnesota, the Chicago White Sox, the Cleveland Guardians, Detroit,
Oh, I said
and
Indians.
Kansas City. Yeah. Well, I'll ignore that. Cleveland, I think you could see 3 teams make the playoffs out of this.
Oh, okay. So you think Cleveland can do it?
I think Cleveland. It's going to be a fight between Cleveland and Detroit, possibly for the 6th seed.
Okay. Anthony.
I'm going to go Minnesota, Chicago. I'm going to pick the Tigers to sneak in ahead of Cleveland into 3rd. And then Cleveland and Kansas City is substantially behind the pack. I think the Tigers are going to be one of the exciting teams. I'm looking forward to seeing what Torkelson does. He's actually going to be my pick for AL Rookie of the Year. So, yeah, I think they have a good young lineup. They've made some good acquisitions. Baez he's kind of streaky, but I think he'll add some sexiness to the lineup. So, yeah, I think they'll be an improved team.
Yep, and you picked the same as I did. I think Detroit, I had 82 down before the last couple of days. I think it can go 85, 86, and I think it could be 3 teams tickling the playoffs here. It's going to be tough, especially with this American League East that we're going to go to in a minute. I see the MVP of the American League coming out of the Central. We'll talk about that a little later, too. Maybe a player that you wouldn't even think about, but it's a player that I think could make leaps and bounds, strides to help his team win the division. We'll see about that. Anthony, American League East, that's where your heart is. Are your Yankees going to win the American League East?
No, they're not. New York had probably one of the least athletic, and when it came to base running, least or most lacking in common sense teams last year. I don't think they did anything to improve that. I mean, they added Josh Donaldson at 3rd, and I think Gio was a more versatile player. Gary Sanchez, he did have to go, but they didn't really upgrade behind the plate. I mean, Kyle he's a solid player, but he's not going to, pop anything. They needed to get more left-handed power in that lineup, and they really just didn't. I mean, they re-signed Rizzo. Gallo, if he could hit 240, would hit 60 home runs in Yankee Stadium, but he hits 170, so he's not going to do that.
Do they still have Voit? Did they keep?
No, he went to San Diego.
Oh, okay. So that is a void, having a Voit.
So I'm going to go with Toronto.
You like Toronto? Second place will be?
I think it'll be a battle between Tampa Bay and New York, but Tampa Bay just win. I think they edge the Yankees, and then Boston, Baltimore.
All right. So you got Toronto.
I don't know if you saw it, but Chris Sale went on the 60-day DL again today.
I did see that, and that's huge. That is huge. So you got Toronto, Tampa, New York, Boston, and Baltimore. It's coming to me. You know what? I like Toronto in this division. Before the offseason, already liked him, and then they did nothing to hurt themselves during the offseason. They signed some free agents. I like them good for 95 wins. I really do. Yankees have murderer's row. I think they have probably one of the top 3 lineups out there. I don't care if they are all right-handed. They're good for 90 wins. Tampa really didn't do a lot to help themselves in the offseason, although they have all that pitching. That you keep hearing Kevin Kiermaier's name. He's going to get traded. He's going to get traded. He's going to get traded. Eventually, I think it's going to come true. I think he will get traded. I don't know where he's going, but I just think Tampa just went down just that little bit. I got them for 88 wins. They may make the playoffs. Probably not. Boston for 85 wins. That's probably being nice. They're probably a 500 team at best right now. They have maybe a top 5 lineup, but they're not as good. They lose Kyle Schwarber. That's a huge stick to lose, and they really didn't gain a lot. They really did.
Story.
Other than Trevor Story, but they got a position that they already had. They could have used an outfielder, and they didn't go after some outfielders we'll talk about.
Bradley back.
They did get Bradley back, but
he's not.
I just don't think that with their pitching and all, 81, 82 games is the best they're going to do. Baltimore, 57 games. I think that's probably being nice to them. They may not win that many. This team's in a shambles. You talk to Harris, he'll tell you. He's a Baltimore fan, and he says they need new ownership at once. I got Toronto winning this division, and I think they're going to have it won with a couple weeks to go. Keith.
I have the Blue Jays winning the division with about 93 wins. Rays second, Yankees third, and then the Red Sox and the Orioles.
All right. How many wins do you think Baltimore's good for this year?
Baltimore.
Will they lose 100? That'd be the first question.
It's hard to win. It's hard to lose 100 games every year. That team might be able to.
They're doing a good job of it, though.
That's right. They've done a good job in the last.
They need to start writing a book on how to do it, I guess. But I'll pick 60, I guess, and so that puts them in the over
102. That'll put them at the 102 mark. They lose. Yeah. So. All right, Paulie, go against us. We all went with Toronto. You going with
Toronto?
Okay.
It's going to be Toronto, New York, and Tampa Bay is not going to finish 500. They're going to miss the playoffs. I got them about 80 and 82.
Yeah, you know what? I had the Rays at third.
I think the magic for Kevin Cash is finally going to run out.
I kind of agree with you. I got them winning a little bit more than that. So you got Boston way below 500.
I got Boston right behind Tampa Bay, maybe about 75 wins, and then I got Baltimore. I think they lose 100. I think you're right about that, Rob.
Yeah, I think so. Anthony, Baltimore, 100 losses.
Oh yeah, I think they're a 58 and 104 team.
Okay, I got 57 and 105, so I'm not far away. Paulie, can you go below 57 if you can?
I see it about the way Anthony does, about 58 and 104. They got a couple of good players, but I mean that's it.
Yep,
Ray Mancini might wind up on another team, so yeah, I could see 58 or less.
The problem with Baltimore is this, though: they fall in love with their little darlings, and they're not going to get rid of them.
Right.
Ripken, they never got rid of Ripken. Had they traded Ripken 5 years before he retired and got something back for him, but there was no way they was going to do that. There was no way they were going to do that.
We should have done this division last, Rob, because Harris is probably going to turn this off when he watches it right about here.
When he'll start watching it from the beginning in his car or listening to it in the car, and about halfway home he'll cut it off. Hey, motherfucker! Anthony,
I got my cat here.
Oh, okay. Everybody's got cats tonight except Anthony's.
No, I actually, Rob, I just got a text from Harris's cat, and Harris's cat said the Orioles will lose 106.
Oh,
It's a very smart cat.
Gonna die.
Little, what do they call it? He calls it, they don't call him little bitch no more. Little bastard now because they found out it was a boy. Yeah, it's not little bitch anymore. Yeah. Anthony, your MVP in the American League is.
I have to go with Vlad Guerrero, and I'll tell you why. I don't think Shotani well deserved last year. I don't think he can turn in 2 equally magnificent seasons at the plate and on the mound like he did last year. I think he'll suffer a little bit on the mound. And beyond that, I also took Vlad Guerrero at plus 700 to lead the majors in home runs on FanDuel. So I'm rooting for him.
Oh, okay. Paulie, who you like in the MVP this year?
I like Guerrero as well. I think Toronto is a team poised to break out. They were showing signs of it last year. They were very much in the playoff chase. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Vlad the Impaler's son.
Okay. How many home runs do you think he'll get, Anthony?
I'm going to go with 51.
Paulie, more than that?
I think a little lower. I'll go 48.
All right. Keith, your MVP, American League. Who you liking?
I mean, Vlad's a good pick. It's hard to go against it. I when I look at the White Sox, I can't really think of anybody that didn't. Abreu won it a couple years ago, didn't he, for the White Sox? But
was it 2017? Did he get in 2017?
I don't know. Robert
2017 or 18, maybe he won it.
I suppose there's somebody in the Twins lineup that could have a monster year and get it, but yeah, Vlad's probably a pretty solid choice for that.
All right. I'm going with Byron Buxton, guys. Somebody probably
number one prospect.
Yeah, I think the guy's capable of 50 stolen bases, 30 home runs, 90 RBIs, and bat 315, and win their division by a few games. I don't know. He may not have what it takes. The pandemic year, Abreu won, so he won 2020.
Hey, and Rob, you can go on FanDuel. I don't know if he still is, but he was previously 40-1 to win MVP. So put $10 on that.
Really? I don't know why I like him, but obviously, the first name that comes to mind is Mike Trout.
Yeah.
But it's hard to go with Mike Trout if you don't know that he's going to go out there and put 140 games up on the books. If he doesn't, chances are he's not going to win it with 125, 130 games in a season. And he's such a big built guy. He's not a small frame kid. And you play in center field, it's the toughest position to play in it. You're diving all the time. You're running all the time. I just don't see the kid playing 150 games this year. If he does, he probably wins the MVP. But if he doesn't, I like Byron Buxton in that role. Big Paulie, Cy Young Award winner in the American League is.
I have no clue.
Okay.
I think starting pitching is going to be a crapshoot
Right.
this year, with the managers finessing the starting pitchers. Of course, Tampa Bay uses this opener thing, and I think they still will. I have no freaking clue who's going to win the American League Cy Young.
Okay. Keith, you giving it any thought?
I really haven't, Rob. I mean, that Bieber was a winner not too long ago. They got some young, good pitching there, but they might not be competitive enough. I think they'll be decent. I look at the lineup and I kind of have some question marks about that though. But as far as the pitching, I really couldn't tell you, Rob. There's nobody that really stands out as a clear choice.
I got you. Anthony, are you going with your boy in New York?
Yeah. I think it comes down to him and Giolito, and I think Garrett Cole will win in the AL.
You think Giolito's finally going to put it together this year?
What's that?
Giolito, you think he's going to have a real good year? He started out real good last year, and then he hit a rough spot.
Yeah, I think he will. I think, and the reason I like Cole is you mentioned it. They're going to be finessing pitching early, and I think Cole is equipped as much as anybody to eat innings early with concerns because he stayed healthy, and he can finesse and pitch. He just doesn't throw hard like a lot of guys do. So I think he's the Cy Young in the AL. My one bright spot.
I am going against you. I'm going to go with Shane Bieber. I'm going to say he wins 19 games and loses 11. But I'm going to say he goes 2.21 earned run average. I think he's going to go really low. If he had a better lineup, I think he could win 20. But I think if he can stay healthy, he's good for 18, 19 wins. He's done it. Obviously, Cole has the most power in the lineups and everything. He could probably go one more earned run a game, or for the season. He could probably set it, at 3.2 and win 20 games with that staff. If with that batting team, if they let him pitch long enough, that's going to be the big deal. I think
the advantage he has is, to me, Chapman isn't even the best guy in the Yankees pen now. I think that's going to be Loaizaga. So if Cole can eat 6 or 7 innings, then those two guys follow him. It's going to be
the main thing is the offense has got to follow him, though. They've got to at least get a lead for him before he gets out of there, and that's the that was the problem for him. I think Bieber will go 6, 7 plus innings a game. They don't have the bullpen some of these other teams do. They're going to count on him going further. And I think there's chances for him to lose and chances of him to win. So, I think that's a good chance of that. So
looks like Philip wants a link.
Oh, okay. He came on a little earlier there with. Let's see if I can send him one. All right. Let's go to the West with Anthony. While I do that. And Anthony, who are you liking in the National League West?
Most painful thing I have to say, except if I had said Red Sox, the Dodgers. I mean, Padres are good. Giants, I think, just played out of their minds last year. They can't duplicate that. So in the West, it's going to be L.A., San Diego, and San Francisco.
I gotcha. And then how about those last two teams?
I think it'd be the Rockies and Diamond. You could throw those guys in a barrel. They're both going to be horrific this year. So I'll just say Colorado and Arizona last.
Dodgers 100-win team?
Yeah. I think the Dodgers win probably 104.
Padres 100-win team?
97.
Oh, okay. All right. Send it to him, Phil.
The Padres picked up Manaea from Oakland. They have like 8 or 9 starting pitchers, so they've got room to still make a deal. Yeah.
Right. Out west, it comes to me next. I like the Dodgers. Dodgers done nothing to hurt themselves. And you get – how about Freddy Freeman? I mean, my goodness. We're going to be talking about that also when we get to the East. I like it Padres second. The Giants cannot follow last year's magic as well as they did. They did not have the best talent in the West, and they ran with it. They did not have that good a talent. They came in, and immediately they got beat. I think they're not as good a team. I think they come in third, no playoffs for them. Colorado, then Arizona. Keith.
Dodgers, about 102.
Yeah, I had 101. I'm sorry. So
Padres, Giants, Rockies, Diamondbacks. I don't know. The Giants, they lost one of the pitchers. Was it Gaussman?
Gaussman, yeah.
And then
he's
they
got a
also
really good year.
lost a kid from Chicago that came out there.
Yeah. So
Bryant, they lost him, and he actually went to a division foe, Colorado, I think. Did he go to
what's
Colorado?
that? Ooh, Bryant did.
Bryant went to Colorado. Yeah, so that can't be helping the Giants at all. And and then you got Arizona coming in 5th.
Yep.
I got you. Big Polly.
I'm going to take LA too.
All right.
I have them
100 wins. Are they good for 100?
I think they can win 110.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
I think they're going to be as dominant as they were in 2020.
Second place.
San Diego. I have them at about 85.
Wins?
I have them at 85.
Woo! Wow!
So I have them winning. LA winning by a long 25 games.
Wow!
Yeah.
25 over second place. Wow. Okay. So you don't think San Diego even makes the playoffs?
Oh, I could see them sneaking in. I think they're going to be right in that fight for the 6th seed.
Okay.
I don't think San Francisco could duplicate what they did last year, and I think it'll be Colorado, Arizona, the rest of it.
I got you. Keith, we go into the Central. Who are you liking in the Central?
I'm going to say the Cardinals. And, the Brewers, though, their pitching was really good last year. They had like 3 guys that were just really super. But I don't know. I always feel safe as taking the Cardinals. And as far as wins, I'll say probably around 93.
Okay, so that's St. Louis. Who you got coming in second?
Milwaukee.
All right. Then the Heart comes into play.
The Reds lost some of their offense and some of their pitching too, I think. But I'll take the Cubs, although I don't think they're going to finish a lot ahead of the Reds.
All right, and do the Cubs.
And the Pirates are still in too much of a rebuild right now.
They've been in a rebuild. They've been in their 20 years. They've been in their 20-year rebuild.
I just really don't know that they have any pitching to speak of. I suppose they got a couple of young arms that'll show some improvement. But.
So, how many teams make it playoffs? St. Louis and does Milwaukee? Or you don't think?
I think Milwaukee will probably be a wild card. Yeah, I wouldn't go any more than that.
Got you. Anthony,
I think there's going to be quite a gap between the Brewers and the Cubs.
Gotcha. What do you think, Anthony? Who's going to win at Central?
I think it'll be another good pennant race. I like the Brewers over the Cardinals.
Brewers and the Cards.
What's that?
You said the Brewers over the Cards.
Yeah, I think Milwaukee's got the better pitching. Lineups are comparable, and they've got Hader.
Milwaukee had really good defense last year. From what
they did. Yeah. How many wins they good for?
I'm going to say 93, 94.
Okay. Third place is
probably. I'm going to say Chicago edges out Cincinnati, and then Pittsburgh, who has probably the worst ownership in the majors, dead last.
Do they lose 100?
Yeah, I think they lose 101.
Paulie?
Yeah, it's going to take some of their young talent to make it.
I'm going to go with the Brewers over the Cardinals. It'll be a very tight race. I could see Milwaukee winning 91 and the Cardinals winning 90. They'll both make the playoffs, and then it'll be Cubs, Reds, Pirates.
Do the Pirates lose 100?
Yes.
Keith, do the Pirates lose 100?
I would have to predict, because I just don't really see that they have enough talent there to.
I'm going with Milwaukee winning 95 games. I really think Milwaukee is the class of the field here.
It was really tempting to take them.
And I got St. Louis winning 89. I got Cincinnati just a little bit below 500. And for that reason alone, I got the Cubs fourth. I do not think the Pirates lose 100 games this year. I say 68 wins because I think the Reds and the Cubs have come down so much. they've got to win some of those games. I really think they win some of them. And for that reason alone, I will say Pittsburgh will win 68 games. But I like Milwaukee. I really do in that division. And now the final division, the National League East. Let's go to Anthony. Who are you liking?
Every year I say that that's going to be the most competitive division, but not necessarily the best. I think it's going to stay on track. I think Atlanta, I actually like them getting Olsen better than Freeman at first base now. I think he's going.
Okay.
Trust me, both top elite players. I think Olsen brings a little more pop, and you're going to miss Freeman's leadership, but Olsen's younger, and so I think the Braves are the team to beat. I think after that, the Mets, they're trying, but they're still a second place team. They make the playoffs. And then it's going to be the other three teams very close. But Philly, and I actually think Washington could finish last this year. I'm going to pick them fourth and the Marlins fifth, but I think Miami might catch them.
Mm-hmm. How many wins for Philly? I got to ask. Above 500, below 500?
Oh, they'll be above. I think they're maybe an 84, 85 win team.
Okay. Paulie, National League East.
I'm going to take Atlanta to win the division. Washington, then the Mets and the Phillies, and then the Padres are going to fight it out for the last spot, and the Marlins.
All right. So you've got Washington finishing second.
I do.
Wow. I'm going to ask one question. Where is their pitching going to come from?
It is a good question. I think they figure it out. Maybe they get active in the free agent market. They got Nelson Cruz, who was at Tampa Bay last year. Very solid hitter. Just hope he could stay, the Father Time doesn't catch up to him. Yeah. So I'm thinking that Washington might squeak it out over the Phillies and the Mets. I see Washington making the playoffs. I think it's going to be a fight between the Phillies, the Mets, and the Padres for the last wild card.
No.
Padres. For the wild card. Okay.
The last wild card spot, the 6th seed.
Okay. All right. Keith, National League East.
I like the Braves, and I'm kind of like Anthony. I think getting this younger guy from Oakland at first base,
Olsen,
it's going to be a shot in the arm for that team. I think that they're going to be better in the regular season than they were a year ago. I think that they probably have the second best record in the National League and win that division. Second, the injuries for the Mets pitching kind of concerns me a little bit early on. I still think that they finish second, though. I don't think DeGrom. I'm going to bet that DeGrom is healthy most of the year, and Scherzer as well. Phillies, I still have too many doubts about their starting pitching, and they might have helped their bullpen some, which can help keep them from blowing games late. But I'll take them third because they do have a really good lineup, it seems, on paper. Marlins, I think, fourth, and I'm not with Paulie on the Nationals at all. I think that they are way down there, and I could even see them losing over 100 games this year. But
Wow. Coming to me now, and I am not going to pick the Phillies. I'm going to take the Braves. I think the Braves, and I'm not sold on you guys. I think the Freeman deal hurts them. I think Acuna and Ozuna helps them. They're both coming back. That I think that helps them more than anything. I think they have the best pitching from top to bottom, bullpen and starters than anybody in the American League, including the Dodgers. I'm taking the Phillies second. We know DeGrom's out 2 months, maybe to the All-Star break. But we know he's out at least until June. That's huge. That is huge. They already said he can't pick a baseball up until the 5th of May. Well, if you can't pick a baseball up until the 5th of May, it's going to take you at least 3 weeks before you're able to get off, pitch off a mound to live batters in the league. I think it'll probably be mid-June at best before he's back. Scherzer's still walking with a limp. That's got to be concerns, especially when they are $50 million of your payroll. They do not have a lineup that the Phillies have. I realize the Phillies don't have the pitching that those two guys present. But I think the Phillies have a top 3 batting rotation right now, and I'll put them up against almost anybody other than the Dodgers and the Yankees right now. I really think they're the 3rd best batting out there. They got left-handers, they got right-handers. Gregorius had a good spring, not a great spring. Bryson Stott, he's a name we're going to hear. He's going to be starting for them now and at third base. And it looks like Alec Bohm, the bum, is finally maybe out the door here soon. I hope so anyway. And then, I just think they're a better team. The Mets, I'm going to still give them 88 wins. We'll see what happens there. But if DeGrom is out significant time, let's say to the All-Star break, I don't think they're good for 88 wins, because when it goes from their second to their 3rd and 4th and 5th starters, it's a hell of a drop. Miami, I think they're the 4th best team right now, but I think they're capable of getting 3rd place. And I'm with Keith, man. I just don't see where Washington can come in second in this division. I don't see the pitching, the power. With these other teams in there, I just don't see where Washington done that much to help their cause. I got them winning 73 games. I don't think they lose 100, like Keith said they might, but I definitely don't think.
I wouldn't predict them to, but I think they could.
I think they're more apt to lose 100 games than they are win 90. I'll say that. How about you, Anthony? If you had to take one of the two, you got to take one of the two bets. The Nationals win 90 games, lose 100 games. Which one would you lean toward?
I don't think they'll do either, but I would say
I don't
lose
think so.
100 just because they're pitching. Strasburg's not going to start the season in rotation, and
Right.
after Corbin, they're question marks. So.
Yeah. I don't think they lose 100. I'm with you, Anthony. I think they're right there in that middle, like 73,
I would
75
predict them
wins.
probably 90 something losses, but I could.
Yeah, I got them 89 losses.
If Strasburg
Yeah.
goes down again or something, then that's
Strasburg, and that's been his thing. They've always counted his innings like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that his whole career. They've always babied him, and then now he's 34 years old, whatever. Mm-hmm. But we're going to see what happens. If he comes out and pitches well, they could do better. But I just don't see him winning. I don't think they can win the 90 games. Your Cy Young Award winner in the National League, Anthony, is?
Only again, he's another one I took a futures bet on. I think because of his control and his strikeout to walk ratio and the way he can paint the corners, I'm going to go with Corbin Burns.
Corbin Burns. Brewers.
Brewers, yeah.
Big Paulie, who you like?
Walter Buehler of the Dodgers.
Walker Buehler of the Dodgers.
Walker Buehler, there you go.
Yeah. Keith.
Yeah, I was going to say Buehler.
Buehler? You like Buehler? I like Manea of the Padres. No, these guys in the National League have not seen this kid. And I think that's going to be I think that could be a big shot in the arm for the Padres. I think he wins 19 games, loses 5, and just a little over 3 earned run average. But they're going to have a killer lineup in San Diego.
Oh, your buddy Arnold's in here. Hey, Arnold.
Oh, what's up, Arnold?
Hello, Arnold.
But I think is that the way you say it? Manea?
Yeah.
Arnold's come on with you before. Does he want to come on and make a picture before we finish?
So I think he wins the Cy Young Award. We'll have some folks actually come in and join us there in a little while after we're done with the show.
Yeah,
MVP, Anthony, National League MVP is.
I know Juan Soto is probably the favorite, but I don't think there's enough protection for him in that lineup. So someone that's got plenty of protection, I'm going to go again a little out on a limb, Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts, okay. Big Paulie.
How about Freddie Freeman with the Dodgers?
Oh yeah, okay. He's got plenty of watching out for him. Keith,
that's solid too. Yeah,
I'm going to go with Goldschmidt.
Goldschmidt, okay. I think Goldschmidt's probably. Yeah, that's right. I keep thinking he's out in Arizona, but he's in St. Louis. He could, he's probably due a good year. But isn't he getting a little older? isn't he?
Probably, but
we all are. But I mean,
I don't know if he's young 30s,
36, 37.
Is he that old? I don't know.
I
But
want to say maybe he is. I'm not sure.
I didn't think he'd been playing that long, but
He may not be that old.
oh, Michael's with us now.
I'll check in just a second. I'm going with Bryce again. I'm going to say he comes back to back and does it. I'm going to say this year he gets 38 home runs. Man, oh man, I'll tell you what, Castellanos and Schwarber. I mean, it looks like the opening day lineup is going to be Schwarber. 34. Okay. Schwarber, and then the second baseman, and then Bryce, and then Castellano. And then who knows, Gregorius could get thrown in there next. JT Realmuto. They have got a murderer's road to hit through. Bryson Stott hit 5 home runs in the preseason or in the spring training. I think he could probably be your American League, National League Rookie of the Year. I think he could do it. He just hadn't had the chance to play that much. Yes, sir.
Question: If Bryce Harper was on the Cubs, would you still pick him for MVP?
Not with that batting lineup right now, I wouldn't. With that lineup that the Cubs have, I don't think he would pitch to it. I think he would get the most walks in the league. They've got to pitch to somebody in that. I mean,
Rob, I'm just poking you, Mr. All Things Philly. I'm just trolling.
Yeah, I got you, but still, I mean,
how do you think
I look at it this way: he won the MVP last year, and without Castellanos and Schwarber, and without the DH, this team. I mean, I look from 1 to 8 right now, and I'm like, this is a pretty darn good team. Pretty darn good. And we'll see what happens.
Hello. I've been working on my set for 2 weeks.
Guess what, Michael? I wanted to tell everybody, y'all have a great night. Now, a great evening. And Michael, we wish you to come next. No, I wouldn't do it to you. I'm going to bring. We're going to
see. Michael's going to come in here and he's going to give us stats about who's the best in their middle relief pitching and stuff, and then we're going to want to change our picks.
I got picks. I got stuff
to
think about.
Stuff to think about and picks. All right, now I sent Philip a second one. Now let's see.
How many games do you think Pujols plays this year?
How many?
Not that many.
I don't know. With the DH around, he might end up platooning. So he probably will get about 250.
250 at bats.
Yeah.
So you're saying he's probably going to play 75 to 80 games.
So 80 times 3 is 240.
They play the AL East this year.
Does he play that? Does he get that many at bats, Anthony?
True.
Does Pujols get 250? Does he get 250 at bats this year?
No. Yeah. I don't know. DH, he could. Yeah, he could.
Paulie, what do you think? Does he get that many?
With the universal DH, anything's possible, but I'm going to go under. I think he's heading to the Hall of Fame, regardless of how he does this season.
I agree.
Oh,
Keith, 250 at bats. Over under.
Just because I don't see anybody else really right now that would take a whole lot of at bats away from him on the roster.
What team is he playing on?
The Cardinals.
St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
Unless they have one of those young outfielders they think is expect a lot out of, or maybe Corey Dickerson.
They got Lane Thomas.
I say he retires. I say he retires before the All-Star break. That's my guess. I say he retires before the All-Star break this year. I think he'll hang it up, not near 250.
The big news with him today was that he filed for divorce.
Who, Pujols?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
He
How
filed
about
for divorce.
this?
He'll
How
think
about
of the
this?
ball. He'll just imagine the ball as his
How
ex.
about this big news? Glenn Bonesteel's not in here, is he? How about this situation with Tiger Woods playing in the Masters?
I'm amazed.
Does anybody give him a 50? I mean, even shot at winning this thing? Paulie,
I think he misses the cut, but barely.
Anthony,
You know that I follow Golf Zero. Come on, Rob.
Keith,
What's the question?
Tiger Woods. He's going to play in the Masters.
Yeah.
Number one, does he have a chance to win it? And number two, does he have a chance just to make the cut? What do you think?
Let's see if he can make the cut first. And I tend to think that that's probably a little bit of a long shot, but I haven't followed how he's been playing at all, and
Right.
I don't know how many holes he's been able to go.
Right. And the thing, obviously, he's riding in a cart. And we know it's a 4.5 mile trek around this thing. And nothing is that. Nothing is flat in Augusta. It's just not. It's up a hill or down the hill. And either way.
Might be hard as the days, as the
rain
day progresses, and then as the weekend
right. It's supposed to rain.
It's supposed to be very windy Friday.
I was going to say it's supposed to be really windy and rainy. And what's the one thing you got to have?
Get some aches and
on a windy day is you got to have a good foundation under you, right there, your legs and all. And obviously, I know he's probably still stronger in his legs than any of us are. But still, this guy's got to be able to, drive a ball 275, 280 at least. He cannot. He cannot drive a ball 255, 260 and survive it this week. He'll be lost if he's hitting 3 irons and 4 irons in the greens where everybody else is hitting 7s and 8s. He'll be dead then. Michael, does he make the cut?
He won't even get out of the first round. He'll be 10 over on Thursday, and then he'll have a big thing Friday. Friday he'll be 10 over. And then he'll miss the cut completely on Saturday. He'll probably shoot like a 7 a par, and that's the end of him. No.
Guess what? I'm going to go against you guys. I do not like Tiger Woods. Do not like Tiger. I've never liked him. I've always just thought he's kind of a pompous guy. I think the guy makes the cut. I think he's got something he's playing for here. I don't know what reason, but I think he makes a cut. Then I'm going to also predict he won't finish the tournament. I think he'll withdraw before the tournament's over with. I think by making the cut itself, it's so much of a head game for him just to be able to do that. If he was able to do that, let me ask any of you guys this. If he makes the cut, would that be as equal as to any of his wins he's had in his career? What do you think, Paulie? If he makes the cut, would that sit up there pretty high on the chart?
Yes, I think it's a very plausible scenario you lay out that he's just trying to make the cut.
Keith, what do you think? If he just made the cut, would people look back 25 years from now and say, this guy did this shit with one leg 16 months or 15 months after a wreck? No. Do you think it's a big deal, or do you just think it's just something a year or two from now we'll all forget about? If he made the cut.
Well, I mean, it'd be added to it. Like if somebody did like an hour or 2 hour
legacy thing
show together, a legacy of Tiger Woods to go over his accomplishments, there might be a mention of it, but I don't think it would be that significant unless he was able to finish at least in the top, maybe 15 or something.
Michael, what do you think? If Tiger Woods makes his cut, and let's say he plays all the way through the weekend and comes in 40th place, is that as big a deal as some of the wins he's had in his past?
For him, maybe. For the rest of us, who cares? There's other golfers that are good.
See, I'm just the opposite. I think this would go down in his legacy as one of the biggest things ever, because he's never ever had to play on a level playing field with anybody. He's always been the strongest. He's always been the biggest. And right now, he's been pulled down. He's been pulled down. And then,
you knew
and
this
then
was
now,
going to come.
well, eventually it was going to, whether he's 55 or 60. But what I'm saying is right now, at his age, with all the stuff about to lose, he was going to lose a leg. We were talking, right. I think this right here ranks with him winning some of these majors he's won in the past. I really do. If he makes the cut. Now, I think it's a strong possibility he doesn't. But we're going to know coming out the gate Thursday. If he comes out and his first 6 holes he's 8 over, he probably won't even finish a round. He'll probably, after 9 holes, be back there close to the or hop on a right cart real quick. But if he's able,
on TV?
Huh?
Who starts the tournament on TV? Is it ESPN?
Yeah, but not until like 3 in the afternoon, 4 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Yeah.
They do not show that a lot of coverage of this tournament at all, which is a shame.
Right. It is.
You mean they won't show the first shots and all that?
Well, they will, like in the highlight package, but
if you
not
go
live.
If you go to the Masters.com, you can follow the groups around and stuff, feature groups and stuff like that. You're able to do that. And,
it screws it up. It's opening
it's
days
a shame.
for me. I don't care.
This is a tournament that at 8:00 in the morning, they should be at 1 and at 9 and ready to show some guys. And anybody that gets hot, they should have enough camera crews there where, okay, we've got Scotty Scheffler, number 1 in the world, teeing off. But guess what? We've got Taylor Gooch at 13th hole. We're going to follow him because he's 4 under through the first 4 holes or whatever.
I mean, Paramount Plus will have some of it, Rob.
Oh, they may. But I do know the Masters.com the last few years, you could go to that, and then they'll say featured groups, and they'll show the corner and different places to where they're playing on the course and all, and they'll follow along with the featured groups.
Can I make one last point about Tiger? A lot of prop money on Tiger's performance, according to Gil Alexander in his podcast, Beating the Book.
Yeah.
So that's probably what's motivating Tiger, the almighty dollar.
Kansas wins the national championship. They beat Carolina last night. They beat them, 14 points, 15 points, something like it. I didn't watch a minute of it, so I
watched the last.
I do have a question, Rob.
I watched the last 7 minutes.
Win.
I know Tiger's got an exemption for the Masters anyway, but
as a previous champion, yes,
right,
yeah.
for his life.
So, I mean, for a tournament like the Masters, Tiger playing, does anybody else lose the opportunity to play, or is everybody else still?
No, they have a list of.
If he were
depending on certain standards. Go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
If he were to withdraw from a tournament, they do put somebody in to replace him. Yes. So if you're asking, would they go from?
So somebody else is denied an opportunity to play.
Somebody would be denied an opportunity to play. But nobody is denied an opportunity to play that has made, like, if you've won in the past year or whatever. So what it would go to is this. Virtually this person wouldn't get to go unless they give a special invite to them. And how do they do that? Well, if Tiger Woods says, I'm not going to play, and he's already been on the list because they said he was on the list last year to play. Then he withdrew a week prior. So obviously he knew he wasn't going to get to play in it. They then have eligibility. They can go. It's like 4 or 5 down the list. Now I hope if he withdraws, don't go out here and go after Ricky Fowler. Please don't. Ricky Fowler, all he is a big puma on his head, and he can't play a damn lick. The guy that's all he is a walking billboard. I don't like to watch him play. He's not fun to watch play. If you're going to invite somebody, invite a Jason Day, I don't have a problem with that. Or maybe even let's see, who else maybe has an opportunity, but somebody different. Bring somebody out there. But my pick.
Now
my
you don't
pick,
have a problem with Puma, though, do you?
I don't have a problem with Puma, but I got a problem
just so you don't
with
lose
everything.
that sponsorship there.
When you're showing sponsorship off and you can't play a lick, and that's him. He just is not that good a golfer. My pick to win this week is going to be, oh boy. Oh man, I'll tell you, Scheffler is the sexy pick because he's won 4 tournaments this year. I'm not going to take him.
Looked like CBS said Thomas was the favorite.
Justin Thomas is second on the list, but Scheffler's number 1 on the list.
How about Rahm?
Rahm's
That would
way
be
up
my
there.
pick. John
Rahm
Rahm.
would be your pick.
What about DeChambeau?
DeChambeau, no. I'll say this. How about this, Mike? I'll go on this limb.
Nothing here.
I give Tiger a better chance of making the cut than DeChambeau. How about that one?
Ooh.
How about that? I'll go that far. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
What about Matsuyama?
Matsuyama, he could. Morikawa, he could play well. Dustin Johnson, 2020 winner, he could do well. But I'm going to go with some. Cantlay, obviously, anytime he's out there on it, he has a great chance of winning. But I'm going to go with man, oh man.
And nobody mentions Spieth anymore.
No, I'm not going to go with Spieth. I don't trust him.
He just doesn't seem to do it. He seems late, like he just doesn't make his shots anymore.
Yeah, I don't think he wins.
What about Westwood?
He's never won there before. I don't know why I would think he'd win now. He's 48 or 47 or whatever. I like Fleetwood, Tommy Fleetwood to win.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah,
Tommy
we'll see
Fleetwood.
what happens. We'll see if he wins. If he
Who
does,
are 5 guys you would bet making the top 10?
Oh man, Kevin Kistner. He's good tee to green. I like Fleetwood. I like Scotty Scheffler. I do like him if I'm going to take a 5 guys. Oh boy. Oh man. One of the guys I can't think of his name right now. He's kind of dark hair, got real short hair. Damn, I can't think of his damn name right now. But I like his chances too. If I'll think of his name before we go. I don't like Phil Mickelson.
I got a name.
I don't
What
like
about
Phil
Xander?
Mickelson because Mickelson don't get to play in it because he screwed himself like a dumbass.
The guy from Canada, Connors.
Corey Connors.
He did really good late last year.
Yeah, he's been playing good, but nobody's hotter than Scotty Scheffler out there right now. Who was the guy that was playing up against Kevin Kistner the other week? What is his name? He didn't make it.
Is he a top 10 golfer?
Yeah, he's top 15 golfer anyway. He did not make a Ryder Cup team. Shit. What is his? I can't think of his name, but I like his chances. Billy Horschel. I like his chances. Now, if you really, really want to go out there on one of those 100-to-1 limbs, give me Johnson, but not Dustin Johnson. Give me Zach Johnson. He's just got to hit it far enough, and that's his problem.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't hit it far enough, but he can putt anywhere. He can go. You can give this guy marble tile floor, and then he can still putt it. So I give him a chance anyway. But DeChambeau, if you want to lay somebody out there right now, I say DeChambeau does not make the cut.
Hogue?
Tommy Hoagie.
He did kind of good late in the year.
Yeah, he's played Tom Hoagie. He's played okay. He's not a bad golfer. And then there's a lot of them out there that's capable of playing. But so often we get to leaderboard that's not all Americans. Nobody's giving Molinari. I looked at his numbers tonight. They're like 1,400 to 1. Boy, if I was in Vegas, tell me I wouldn't put $5 on Molinari right now. You'd probably bring in $3,000 if he won. He's got the game.
Okay.
I realize he's been hurt part of the year, but he does have the game to do it. He really does. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
You didn't name any of the big names. You didn't name
No. I don't like Koepka in this tournament. Dustin Johnson, he uses the wrong end of the putter. He could close his eyes and have a better chance, I think.
You didn't name Cantley. You didn't name
Cantley has a legit chance. Yeah, he does have a legit chance.
Or Rahm is one of the 5.
I don't like Rahm. I think Rahm gets down on himself too much. Rahm can hit it a country. Justin Thomas always has a chance, but he's not played well the last few weeks, just like Spieth hasn't.
How about somebody like Tringali?
What about Xander?
Xander Schauffele could do something. Cameron Tringali, he is somebody that's hard to figure out. He can come out one week at the AT&T Pebble Beach and shoot a 64, and then he can go to your local club and next week probably shoot 84. He is too much. Yeah, he's just way out there sometimes. I don't know about that.
Somebody guy. I always root against, Patrick Reed.
Patrick Reed. A lot of people don't like him. Patrick Reed. I like Patrick Reed, but he's got a little bit of an attitude problem. Yeah, he does. He's got one as well. A couple of the guys do. Before we go, guys, don't forget we've got the NFL draft coming up the 28th, 3 weeks from Thursday, and right now, we were talking a few weeks ago, and Harris told me
a research tool.
Oh, you get the research. Harris told us 2 months ago there would be no quarterbacks taken in the first round. Now, we obviously can change our minds, but right now, Michael, how many quarterbacks will get selected in the first round?
One.
Anthony.
2.
Paulie.
I like 2.
Keith.
I'm thinking it'd probably be 3 because there might be one late or something.
I'm going with 4. I'm actually going with 4. I'm going with 4.
I think it's a reach, but
I think everyone's a reach. I don't see none of them as being as good as some of those guys were last year that went. I think it's a weak class as far as that goes.
Ole Miss, Liberty,
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And then Cincinnati. I think a kid from Cincinnati can go first round. I really do.
I'd say Liberty, Ole Miss, and Pittsburgh. Yeah, those 3.
Yeah, at least 3, but maybe 2. Maybe like and Mike said, maybe just 1. But
no, it'll be Willis and Pickett for sure. I don't think Ritter has an NFL arm. And,
I think he goes though. I think he's going to end up going. We haven't even talked about who wins the National League overall. Who's going to represent the National League in the World Series? Anthony.
You get to come out of my golf coma. Yay!
you put him to sleep.
Sorry, guys. I haven't golfed for 30 years, so I was no help there. I think the Dodgers are the World Series representative.
All right. Mike, who's going to the National League?
The Dodgers are right now the strongest team. There may be 4 teams that can compete in the National League, but the Dodgers are the best team right now.
Paulie.
I want to take the Dodgers. The Dodgers will be the 1 seed, and they'll have the benefit of that first round bye, and I think they'll coast.
Keith.
I'm going to go with the Braves.
Okay. And Atlanta. Now, do you think they'll get the number 1 seed and have the best?
The Dodgers having about 5 more.
But you think Atlanta works their way through the playoffs and ends up getting into World Series? I'm with you, except I like Milwaukee. I like Milwaukee going to the World Series, and I think when we talk about who they end up playing, it's going to be very, very interesting. Now let's go back to Keith. American League representative in the World Series is.
I'm going to go with the White Sox.
Okay.
To take that, it could be the Blue Jays, and it could be a wild card team. And if it's a wild card team, I'd probably go with the Rays.
Okay.
Yeah.
But right now, you're going to go with the White Sox.
I'm going to go with the White Sox. For some reason, Blue Jays.
Atlanta versus Chicago, and who's the winner?
I'm going to go with the Braves to repeat.
Repeat. Okay. Paulie, American League champion is
Minnesota.
Dodgers.
What?
Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm going
Who's
to take
gonna
Minnesota.
Who's going to win it all?
I think you're going to have a 65 series replay, and I think the Dodgers win it all in 4 straight.
All right. Anthony, American League.
Hale's a crapshoot. I think the best team in a short series, just set up pitching wise, is the White Sox, even coming in as a wild card. But I think the Blue Jays will edge them, and it will be Dodgers over the Blue Jays in the World Series.
Dodgers over Blue Jays World Series. Michael, American League.
Oh, everybody thinks I'm going to say the Yankees, but I'm not. I think it might be the Houston Trash Cans.
Houston, the Astros, and then you get the Astros. You get the Dodgers.
If Verlander can come back like he's been in spring training so far, the Astros got a shot.
Who will win? Who will win it?
The Dodgers.
You think? Dodgers. Boy, oh boy. I'm going with Minnesota. I'm going with the Twins. We're going to have a Central Division. We're going to have a Central Division crash. Milwaukee.
Wow.
Minnesota. Boom, boom, boom.
Glenn Bonesteel. We had some people come in up here that I didn't see. Glenn's been here a while.
Glenn, as a pro, Tiger has made the cut every year he has played in the Masters. I agree with Glenn. If he's able to walk and make it through, thoughts on Will Smith. All I can say is
I'm tired of thinking of Will Smith.
Yeah,
me too.
All I can think is this: if what we found out today is true, I wish Will Smith would have knocked his fucking teeth out, because they're saying he didn't even know that she had that alopecia or whatever in her hair.
Yeah,
he just saw her. Yeah, he admitted to it, is what it said. That and just started talking about her. If that's the case, you walk right up to him and you knock his fucking teeth out, and then you go sit down.
What would you do if it was a woman that was up there as the comedian?
Kick her in the crotch, especially if it was like Rosie O'Donnell and somebody like that trash.
Oh, you're gonna go to jail for sure.
Probably so. This channel's going to hell in a handbasket, and we're all heading that way.
We're all getting shut down by
Milwaukee
against female comedians.
Milwaukee will lose in the World Series.
I'm going to dissent on Will Smith. I think Will Smith is weak as hell, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't like the other guy.
I tell you what. After what his wife has done to emasculate him so many times in public. Yeah. All this was is lashing out on a guy that was an easy target.
Because he was laughing at the it almost looked like he was probably begging her for her.
Right. From everybody telling me that said somebody, he was laughing at first.
Yeah.
Then he looks at his wife, and then he picks himself up. If that's the case, she should have
probably said, "Go kick his fucking ass,"
or she should have slapped the hell out of him first and then sent him on his way. But I don't know. But I didn't realize they'd had as many problems. Like they've had marital issues like the last how many years and stuff.
Oh yeah,
that bullshit. And then we don't even know. We probably won't ever know if it was set up. It could have been a setup from the damn start. And
with all the fallout, I really doubt that, because
I don't think so either.
He wouldn't have resigned, and Chris Rock's brother really wants to murder Will Smith if you put it in. So
I'm taking Minnesota. I'm saying the Twins win. When's the last time they won? 87?
91.
91.
91.
Yeah.
Who'd they beat?
The
Braves in
Braves,
7.
okay.
1-0
Braves
in 10 in the 7th game.
Braves ain't getting there. It's going to be Minnesota and Milwaukee in the World Series. And
That's what Stratomatic picked, too. Is
Oh,
Milwaukee
really?
Minutes. Yes.
Really? Okay, I promise you.
Really?
I have not seen. I promise you, I haven't seen Stratomatic, and I am not. It's not because IDJ didn't tell me one way or the other. There would have loved to have.
I knew you'd work him in.
Would have loved to have Chris Rock say, "Do you want me to take my?" Oh man! Oh boy! Glenn's right on top of it right now. Boy! Oh boy!
Oh.
You know what, though? If that was Eddie Murphy, he would have said that.
He probably would have. He wouldn't have backed
I
up
wonder
from
what would have happened if Chris Rock would have said to him, "Is that all you got?"
Oh yeah, turned the other cheek, and said, "Oh yeah, guess what? What have you got, bitch?" And wouldn't have been
Security would have come running.
Oh my lord! What have you got?
I said I was going to make Chris Rock and Will Smith cards for Glory Days boxing, and I would have given Chris Rock a 1 for a 10.
Oh yeah.
He ate that stuff.
Yes.
You just go give him a what for a 10? One.
Yeah.
And then,
How about punching power?
What would have been Will Smith's
Smith
special?
got the feather-fisted trait.
Feather-fisted trait. Oh my God, that's so funny.
He could only throw one punch.
Put him in red, white, and blue racing, and only give him one gas pedal, and give him 2 brake pedals because he can't go nowhere anyway. And that'd be the thing; he would never move forward. That'd be funny as shit.
You'd have to make a card for his wife too, because I think she was the driving force for getting him up there on the stage.
Oh my God, that is so.
She probably
funny.
beats him up every night.
It's funny as hell.
Oh God.
We heard a little earlier, Anthony. Said, your father-in-law passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and dementia. That is a hell of a deal there. Mike, we hadn't seen you in a while. What have you been up to, my friend?
Oh, you'll laugh at what I'm doing. I found a new love in my life. Cricket.
Oh,
I've been watching
No, really? Yeah, I used to watch it.
What's
off the
her
satellite dish. Yeah.
what's her last name? Cricket. What's her last name?
It's
Yeah,
Cricket
he's in-
Jones.
Oh, it's a sport.
Well,
Okay.
that's the noise they make
I've
when
been
they're
watching-
going at
I've
it.
been watching cricket.
That's a noise you make when
We
you're going
thought,
at it
we
with
thought
her.
Cricket was a stripper down at the 7th.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
You heard what Keith said. That's a noise they make when they going at it, when Mike and her is going at it. You hear the crickets. No, I'm just picking at you,
And then,
Mike. So,
and then of course,
Actually,
WrestleMania.
are you watching
I've been
T20
missing out
cricket,
for
Mike?
the last three or 4 days.
Mike, did you
Watching
catch what
it.
Anthony said?
Are you watching T20?
I heard something.
No, because T20 cricket actually is pretty exciting. It's fun to watch.
Oh, it
And
is.
It's short.
It
It's
is.
like only 2 hours, so there's action. They have cheerleaders. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a good
20
fun
over
sport.
cricket.
Well,
Yeah.
the world.
And
now
that,
the women are playing the World Cup right now.
so it's
Just-
not
and
like
there's only
it's not like a
usually
1
one
o'clock
team.
game. Okay, all right, folks, we've got a 1 o'clock game here in Phoenix, Arizona today. 7 o'clock, the bell rings. Okay, day 2's tomorrow. We hope you come back for day 2 and all that bullshit.
I've seen them. I've seen. I've seen test matches.
But it ain't
on
that
my
way,
Fire
Anthony.
Stick,
What
they
you like
have,
to watch? Are they on a timepiece or something? That like after they face so many battles, it's kind of like a little league, and they say, okay, now we got to switch up again, or
Yeah.
is it kind of like
You just go on YouTube and watch a T20 match, Rob. It's actually very
Well,
fun
they
to
do
watch.
it
So
one
it's
inning at
it's
a
called
time. They
T20.
have 20
T20 cricket.
cricket.
All right, I'll check it out. Now, let's see. What was that? What was that game?
Mhm.
Somebody came in here and told me I should be
I-20,
watching.
Yeah.
What the hell was? What's it called? Somebody came in here and told us something to watch, and it was this bunch of guys fighting and shit. It was a bunch of like, who was that came in here and said this shit? somebody said this is the best game to sit and watch. And they fight. It's mostly a bunch of people from like India. And they pick a ball up and they run one side to the other, and then they just tackle them, beat the hell out of them. It's like 8-on-1 or some shit like that. What's it called? Somebody came into my channel and said something about this is the best game ever to watch. And I sat there and watched some of that shit, and I was like, I don't catch this at all. I mean, this one poor fool was getting the hell beat out of him, and everybody else tackling the shit at him on a damn wood floor. Now they beating the hell out of him. What the hell's the name of that?
On a 1 to 10 scale, what's everybody's excitement level, I guess, for the USFL season?
Anthony.
I'll actually watch it just to get some more football, and I think it'll, I actually was enjoying the XFL before the pandemic shut down because they had a lot of cool rules like the kickoff rule, and I thought it was a fast-paced game. So I'll check it out, see how it is.
Mike, what do you think? USFL, you going to watch it?
Oh,
You're too busy eating.
I'm interested in the USFL. Brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah, and they all play in one city. That's what the stupid part is. I just have not made.
Yeah,
they're playing all those. Big Paulie, you go watch USFL.
I think there's a pretty good chance I'll watch it because we got the Tampa Bay Bandits back. So yeah,
I like the old USFL.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's got a decent player. It'll be interesting.
So Keith, you go give it a try.
I'll give it a shot.
I don't know who to root for yet, but I don't.
Although with baseball, it's competing with that. And so
right now, are they going to be playing on Saturdays or Sundays, or what days are they going to be playing on?
I think Saturdays.
I think so too, because chances are they ain't going to want to be
4 games a week.
They're not going to be wanting to go against baseball and NASCAR, even though NASCAR is just.
I was reading they're going to do 3 games on their first Sunday, which is Easter Sunday. Yeah. But I don't know how, because they only have one facility. They only have Legion Field, I guess.
Right. That's it. I don't.
Here's the lineup. Saturday the 16th. Yeah, Saturday it's New Jersey, Birmingham. Then Sunday they got a triple header: Houston, Michigan, Philly, New Orleans, and Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh. So
it's going to be like a high school series of games.
So it'll be like 1, 4:30, and 8. Some shit like that.
Maybe stuff and stretched out harder than that.
Can you imagine how that field is going to look after the only third game?
On Sunday it's noon, 4 and 8 p.m. And I think
it's still a tight fit.
My gosh! And the thing is, the 8 o'clock game is Monday night.
It's like
they're going to be
the high school finals.
They're going to be right. They're going to be done played 4 games on that field in 24 hours. That's crazy. I don't know how in the hell they're going to try to do that.
Well, if they got field turf, then yeah.
Yeah, no, field turf is fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen Heinz Field look better in November. So, what the point of cities if they are only playing in one location? You're right, Glenn. I don't understand that one either.
Guess they were afraid of COVID, but COVID's pretty much gone now.
Right, money concerns and stuff like that too. I guess they're just hoping
money.
Yeah, just rotate where they play and just play it every.
It's money, but one thing with this is this actually has NFL support. So I think the NFL wants to use it as kind of a G League like the NBA has. So it just makes sense to consolidate it all in one place financially for that thing.
How about this deal? LeBron James is not in the NBA
some of the coaches in the
playoffs. How about that situation? Does that hurt the playoff ratings, or do you think it bumps them up a little bit? Anthony?
I don't think it moves the needle either way because there's a lot of good younger players in the game now that people are excited about, like Crowder is one. But so I don't think it'll have an effect. They'll lose viewers in the LA market. But
is LeBron the best player in the NBA right now?
No,
Anthony. Okay, Mike. Will it hurt? Will it hurt the NBA by not having LeBron?
No, LeBron's not the best.
And okay, Paulie, what do you think?
No,
I
Does
think,
it
I think
work?
LeBron's
People
hurting
watch
his
their
legacy
favorite
playing.
teams, and-
I think he
And-
should retire. You know,
Uh,
I don't think he's as good as Michael Jordan. Never was.
I agree with that one. I think most people now, the younger generation, thinks he was better. But all you had to do is watch Mike play. Keith, what do you think? Or do you have
Well,
any?
I think the fact that the Lakers aren't in it might be more of a,
Yeah.
something to take the ratings down than LeBron
Right.
himself.
I agree. I think, like Anthony says, we got the Suns, we got the Bucks. Probably Giannis right now is the hottest thing out there. Probably winning the MVP again this year. The Sixers are going to play well. The Nets are playing well, and
Yeah,
some of these other teams, Golden State. I really think these young kids that's out there, they're taking care of it themselves. And really, if you ask me, I think the Lakers have kind of made a mockery of the league the last couple of years by saying, okay, we're going to get this big player, this big player, this big player, this big player.
Yeah, they're
And
getting attention for the wrong reason.
Right. And the thing is, when they went and got the kid from Oklahoma City or whatever, they got him from Washington, wherever the hell they got him from. I said then, you are bound to lose because that kid is nothing but trouble as far as I'm concerned. And I just don't think I think he's overrated. He had all those double doubles in a row.
Well, that reminds me.
But when he didn't have anybody to play around him and shit, but he had the ball in his hands 48 minutes.
Rob, let's get these three guys' opinion on what happened in Tampa Bay with the Buccaneers, that whole thing.
Oh, okay, yes. Now I have
Brady
already,
Arians dilemma.
Right. I have already said.
Drama.
I came out publicly and said Brady 100% had something to do with Arians leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you why. This is a time frame. Brady retires. 7 days later, less than 7 days later, Arians comes up on a stage and says, "Guess what? The world's not over. We're fine. We're going to find us a quarterback. Maybe not the rating of Tom Brady, but we're going to find us a quarterback that's going to bring us into the 2022-2023 season." As soon as he said that, Tom Brady waits a few weeks, goes to England, meets up with the Glazer family. I think they own part of an EPL team or something. I don't know.
Manchester United.
Does he? Okay, I didn't even know who they own part of it.
United.
He goes over and meets up with them. He goes over and meets them, talks to them, whatever. But it is he definitely met up with the Glazer family while he was over there. He comes back over here. A week and a half later, he says, "I'm going to play again." 5-7 days later, he says, "I'm going to Miami. I'm going to Miami." I think he put the push on him right there and said, "Guess what? If you don't make a move, I'm going to Miami. And I don't care what you guys do. You do what you want to." 4 days later, Bruce Arians decides he wants to be with his family more. So I'm going to step down. But he's not going to be with his family more because he's taking another job within the organization. So you're not going to be with your family anymore. So that's a big bullshit lie right there. Tom Brady immediately, is like, "I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play football." It is not, not really said a lot one way or the other. But I say he pushed Arians out the door. I don't think they ever got along, and I think this is the way Tom wants it. Big Paulie, agree, disagree? Give us your input. You're right there in Tampa.
100% agree. I think if they could get some studs on defense, I think the Bucs are going to be a very, very good team. But it might be the last farewell for Brady. I hope they win another Super Bowl. But on the other side of the coin, this season could also be a total train wreck for them. But if they get some key pieces on defense, they get some defensive backs because they didn't have the defense last year. This could be a very, very good team.
If Tom Brady Did Tom Brady, do you think, play a part in Arians leaving?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
No way, the way it happened that could not be true.
Anthony, tell us what your input, at least what you think. Give us what you truly think.
Possibly, but Arians has taken a front office job with them.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
The timing of it, but he didn't quit. The timing of it sucks. And he quit. Had 12 retired, actually retired, and 2 weeks later, Arians stepped down. I could have understood that and been like, okay, I understand why you wanted, but no. Brady comes back, then he ends up stepping down. I don't.
The timing makes it very suspicious for sure, as if Brady went back and said, "Hey, it's either Arians or me." But if that was 100% the case,
mm-hmm.
I don't think Tampa Bay would have put him in the front office where he's going to be making personnel decisions, because isn't he in a position there to kind of screw Brady, backdoor him? I mean, I think there's something to do with it, but I don't think it's extreme one way or another. I think,
you see,
in between.
I think he's a mouthpiece. I think right now he probably does not have any more say as to who they go get than I do. That's my opinion. I think he's got an office, and he's probably got his name on the office. But other than that, I got a feeling he has no say.
So you think they're paying him off to avoid?
They got to pay him anyway.
Here's the other thing, that whether one thing that could factor in is there could even be fallout still from the AB situation, even though I'm no fan of AB and what he did.
No, Brady liked him. Brady liked him. Yes.
Yeah. No.
Arians didn't, and Brady did. Yes. Yeah. And Brady even came, and in fact, Arians said post-game conference right then he's no longer on this team, and we find out the next week that they have to. What do you call it when you're not playing somebody? You have to take him off the
on reserve.
Yeah, you got to put him on reserve list or whatever. He was still on the team 2 weeks later.
Here will be something that clinches your theory. If they somehow bring AB back for next year, then I would say 100%.
Okay, Mike, what do you think? Did Brady have any part in Arians leaving?
I don't know.
He's kind of freezing up there on us.
Yeah, he's too busy.
Out. He was, but
you think so? Okay.
I don't want to say what I'm thinking. I really don't want to say what I'm thinking on something. I think Arians was to do something happened with the coaching situation, and they and then they hire Flores, and they're hoping that the NFL may back off on what is going on. And I don't know. That's the only way I'm thinking through this. It's not I know that he was forced out. You didn't hear much about it. I don't know if Brady had anything to do with it. I think he'll get along with Flores because he gets along with everybody. And
Flores is in Pittsburgh, isn't he?
Can't see
Todd Bowles is their coach.
Todd Bowles.
Mike, it's Todd Bowles, not Flores. Flores is in Pittsburgh.
I know, but it's still
what he's saying is because of the Flores situation, the lawsuit that they might have promoted
the same idea. That they don't get forced into the situation.
Oh, okay. Keith, what do you think,
so
my friend?
That's
what
how I think of it.
Do you think Brady had
three? And we always go by three simple words
I told you the other night
in sports. No, in 3 simple words. It's a business, and you got to. The object for them is to make as much money as they can, and get away from all the drama, and make sure to keep the fans happy.
Keith,
So,
what do you think?
I can see why they got rid of Arians. Flores might be a better coach because he's going to have all this great personnel.
Bowles.
Todd Bowles.
Actually, what Michael is telling us is that Pittsburgh is about to trade for Tom.
Oh yeah, they're going to trade Flores for Bowles. They're going to trade Flores for Bowles and a third round pick. Keith, what do you think? What do you think? Did Brady play any part in this at all?
Well, like I was saying the other night, following the timeline you gave, if that's accurate with going over and visiting the Manchester United team, and then if Brady communicated with the owners group there, I have a feeling they probably would have spoke to each other, and I think it might have came out that Brady might have said, I was thinking about coming back, but I don't know if I really want to work with Arians because he did this, and he did this, and he did this. And maybe the Blazers might have said, well, listen, Tom, let us go back and we'll talk to Arians.
Mm-hmm.
And they might have gave Arians certain instructions on kinds of things he could and couldn't do. And Arians might have said, well, then I'm not going to coach.
I'll tell you what clinches it for me. Who would have been the obvious choice to be the head coach in Tampa? Byron Leftwich. But I think he wants Byron Leftwich as his offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. And then I think that's another reason. There's too many things lining up with the stars to make it think that he didn't have something to do with this shit. I mean, if you watch 90% of the sports shows out there now, say it. But I was saying it last year. I said, look at Brady and look at Arians. They do not get along. I didn't even when they won the Super Bowl. I did not see that. That wasn't the first person he went to. I just don't think they ever did like each other. I think Brady and Belichick actually liked each other at one point, somewhere along the way. I think they were friends and got along well. I think Belichick decided we got to do something, we got to do it, whatever. And then he and Tom had their own little friction or whatever. But I just don't think Arians and him ever saw eye to eye. And I just don't see, I think somewhere along the way we may find out more about it.
They were a 500 team in 2020, and then all of a sudden they just started clicking after they lost the regular season game to Kansas City. Something just woke them up.
Yeah.
So, by the way, they have been talking for about a season down here, Rob, that Bowles would be the eventual successor.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
been in the Tampa Bay media quite frequently.
Okay, that's fair then. I just thought from all indications that if Arians ever did leave, if he walked out, whatever the hell, I thought for sure it was going to be Leftwich. Now, Leftwich has been questioned a few times on just some of his play calling and stuff like that. I don't know if – to me, I think he's a good play caller. I think he's definitely a better offensive coordinator than he was quarterback. I definitely think that. Yeah, he wasn't that good a quarterback. But I think I just think that he's going to be in line for a head coaching job soon.
No, he will be, and I don't know how anyone can question his abilities as a play caller. I think he's one.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think he's a real good
one.
Right now, guys, we're gonna come back for round one of the first round of the draft. What's the one position do you think gets picked more than anything Anthony.
I haven't done my studying yet, but I would say due to the there's not a crop of QBs or receivers like there was last year. So
No.
I think it'll probably be along the offensive line.
Okay, Paulie.
I'll go with Anthony and take the offensive line myself.
Keith.
Yeah, maybe more a couple defensive guys early, but I think offensive line will probably be the most picked.
I actually think defensive line. I think defensive line and edge rusher. I think there could be as many as 12 to 14 of them go in the first round. I think that's going to be a big thing. I really think defense is going to be
That's
the main.
what I think. The defense.
You think so,
Defensive
too?
line.
Defensive line.
No, the elite guys in the first round are all edge rushers. There's
they
four
are.
of them go pretty early, but
Yeah.
I think it'll be balanced out. We'll see.
Final question before we leave. Big Paulie, who do you think right now, 16 days before the draft, number one pick overall?
Who gets the number one pick?
Number one pick goes to
Jacksonville, isn't it?
Jacksonville.
I think it's Detroit.
Okay. Well, Detroit needs a whole bunch of everything, so my guess, I have no opinion. Your guess is as good as mine.
It's one of those two.
Keith. Who do you think?
Rushers, Hutchinson or that guy with Oregon probably.
I like Aiden Hutchinson too. I think Aiden Hutchinson has done nothing to help himself. Thibodeau, I think, hurt himself a little bit in his pro day. I'm not sure he didn't fall out of the top 10. Anthony, who you think is going to be your number one overall to leave?
I like Thibodeau. I think he'll be more of a game player, but I think at this point it's pretty consensus that it'll be Aiden Hutchinson as the number one overall pick.
Especially if he's going to Detroit. He played in Michigan, and he'd be going to Detroit. That would be the sexy pick.
It would be a popular pick, and it's a need also. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like Thibodeau's up here and Hutchinson's down here. I mean, they're both really, really good. Thibodeau, we just didn't get to see him as much. We just didn't get a chance to see him as often.
Does Kaepernick make a team?
Does what?
Kaepernick, does he get on a team? He did a workout the other day.
I'm gonna say yes, but I tell you what, whoever takes him better be ready for the offset.
The circus.
Mike, I forgot to ask you who you think is going to be the number one overall. Who you think goes first?
You said who's going to be number one. I hope he doesn't go number one because I would love to have him on my team at 5. Thibodeau.
He won't. Thibodeau could definitely go that far down. Yeah.
Yes.
I
like him. Been a fan.
Opening day, Keith. You saying opening day? Will he be on the roster?
Well, maybe not opening day, but
sometime during the season. Is he going to be? I'm going to say, gosh, that's tough though. What do you think, Anthony?
Not opening day. Here's the deal, and first of all, guys, Jacksonville does have the number one pick.
Oh, is it Jackson? Is it Jackson?
I still think Hutchinson goes first. But in terms of Kaepernick, I'll tell you 100%, he's still a capable NFL quarterback. There's no doubt in my mind about that. The problem is he going to be an elite quarterback ever? I mean, he never was elite, but he's not going to carry a team. So with all the baggage that comes with that, I don't think teams are willing to take that chance.
Probably.
Yeah, it's just that media circus that's going to come with it.
Yeah.
Right. It would be a media circus. And if he went to somewhere needed, New York, or the Jets or the Giants could use him. I mean, right now, to me, it's pretty sad out there, the sad pickings. But is Baker Mayfield the best quarterback available right now? I'm not sure he is, but I'm just wondering if he is. What do you think, Anthony?
It's unsigned right now.
Yeah, that has no team right now. Is he the best player, or do you think Kaepernick's better than Mayfield?
I honestly think Kaepernick is better than Mayfield.
Really?
I think
Wow.
not by a lot. I think he's
Boy.
very capable of playing. I think Mayfield, though, he's not going to go anywhere, I don't think, and be a savior. He'll get picked up, but he is the best active QB available right now. And Kaepernick's problem, just like Will Smith, is the woman in his life. She instigates a lot of that stuff with tweets and whatnot. And when he talked to the Ravens and Ray Lewis was advocating for him, his girlfriend went and tweeted stuff about him meeting with the plantation masters and that kind of thing.
Oh my God!
You don't do stupid stuff like that. You just don't. So
John, I don't know why the Patriots would touch Kaepernick unless they lost their starter. I mean,
Pittsburgh maybe, but the fact is, Pittsburgh's always been the type of team that was a sturdy foundation team and was no bullshit. If there was a team out there, it's hard for me to imagine.
Seattle, but
I think he would do good with Tomlin. I think he fits well in that offense. Run heavy, a lot of play action where he can use his mobility to get out of the pocket. I think that's a good fit. Maybe that's his best shot as Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And I would like to see him get another shot too. I really would.
I just think that Pittsburgh is such a no-nonsense organization that I don't even know if they would even take. I think a team like Seattle is more apt to try to get him. I think Seattle, Chicago wouldn't surprise me at all. Chicago goes after him.
Vegas.
How about Houston? Vegas could too. Vegas.
Houston's a perfect example. The kid that they've got, the Stanford QB, Davis.
Mills.
Davis Mills. Yeah. He played well last year. He played really good last year.
He played really bad at times too. He's not. He did. I mean,
did he really?
So I think that's a team that Kaepernick could actually beat him out for the starting job. But they're going with him right now, so we'll see.
Yeah. So we're going to definitely be talking about that. I mean, that's going to be a night thing, folks. That's going to be a 4-5 hour thing. I promise you. My man Harris Jessup has said, I'm asking off the 28th. Harris Jessup will be here. Matt Sharver, if we can get him to not watch sports for a week prior, then he can spend the evening with us and get to do that. And won't have to sit with his wife and watch TV with her. I'm just picking at you, Matt. I know the deal. I know this shit. I know. But
Anthony, Wentz and the guy Lance, how do you think they do?
What's
Trey
that?
Lance.
Wentz for Washington and Trey Lance for the Niners, which I don't think it doesn't look like Lance is going to get his chance if they keep Jimmy G again. It looks like it.
I think they found, and I love Trey Lance's upside. I think they're finding out that for the aspects outside of physical ability, he's not ready yet. But I think he could still be a solid NFL quarterback down the road. He's got arm talent. He's athletic. He's big. So, it's this part. The game is so fast at that level that it's going to be tougher for him to adapt. I mean, you saw it with Zach Wilson last year. He looked confused. And he played really well the last 6 games.
Last 5, he really played well.
When it started to slow down, but It's
how about Wentz? Can Wentz go 500 with that Washington team? I mean, they are deadly defensively. I mean, they may have the best defense in the NFC East, but they've got some weapons now. They got some stuff, and they got a first-round pick, too, to do something with. Probably be an offensive lineman, if I was asking.
They better not take a quarterback.
No, they better not get a quarterback. Can Wentz go 500 with that Washington team, or you just don't think it's a chance with that? Or they got too many?
I'm just bothered by some of the really dumb decisions he made last year.
Yeah. What do you think,
I think
Anthony?
for that defense, he's got a chance to. I mean, that defense, like you said, is one of the best.
Mhm.
So that will keep him in games. It just depends on him not to lose games.
Right. John Wise said, "Would the Patriots take Kaepernick?" I don't think they would. I think there's two reasons why. What's the owner's name? Kraft. I don't think Kraft would, and then on top of that, I definitely don't think Belichick would. I don't think so. That does not mean it doesn't happen. To me, if I were going to be gambling money on it, I say he goes to Seattle would be number one pick, number one chance he'd go. Number two, I'll say Arizona. And then number three, I'll say Houston. Because I don't know where the Cardinals are going to get a quarterback either, because I don't think the kid's coming back. I really think
Tennessee decided to sign in instead of
He was actually on the news here last week. And
the quarterback out there?
Huh?
The quarterback in Arizona?
Murray, yeah. It sounds like he'll be back. He kind of made it like it was a big deal about nothing,
They burned a lot of bridges.
Well, his agent again is causing problems because
Is it Boris? Is it Boris?
I don't think it is. I'm not sure.
I don't think it is either. I think he's got an agent from out of LA that's does stuff for like singers and rock people and all that too. I don't know who it is, but I think it's somebody that's got a lot of clout, and that person's been stepping up talking a lot of shit. So that can't be a good thing. But man, oh man, we're gonna have a lot. We're gonna have
his agent's Eric Burke.
Oh, okay.
Rob, your opinion of Herbert wasn't really good, was it?
Justin Herbert to me is an average quarterback. I don't see him as a top 10 quarterback. But Josh Allen didn't thrill me. Josh Allen runs the football way too much. I personally, now, it's hard to put that on the quarterback. But to me, Josh Allen's the reason they lost that playoff game, because it was too much stupid stuff. To me, I just don't trust him. I really don't. He's better than Herbert, yes, but Herbert to me.
Isn't it a little too early to tell though?
Oh yeah. I mean, just right now, he's just not showing what I would have hoped to see.
You've got to give an NFL quarterback most
3
of them
years,
3 or 4 years.
3 years, yes. I just don't think Herbert is as good. I don't think Herbert's as good as the kid in New England. That's my opinion. Now, that's just me. I think most people, if you give them the choice, they would take Herbert over the kid over in New England. But not me. I would take the kid in New England because I think Jones makes safer throws. He doesn't do stupid stuff with the football. He's not going to lose as many games as Herbert would. He may not pull it off.
Do you think Herbert's another Jay Cutler or something? Or
I don't know. I don't know if I'll go that far, but a Romo, and Romo. People in Dallas now act like, my God, we wish we had Romo back. What the hell did he ever win? He never won shit. He never won a damn thing for you. Romo got you to the playoffs almost every year and never done a damn thing for you. Romo's he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback. Yeah, he is so overrated. Just like Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's overrated too. Anybody that puts Dak Prescott in your top 5, I want to see it because, he's not a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
He runs a good quarterback draw late in the game, though.
Yeah, especially with 5 seconds left. It's in no time out. That's a dumb ass for you. See, that's where I go back. I like a kid from Seattle. They got traded to Denver. But he's done too many dumbass things in his career. That's the one time I would have took my coach by the nape of the neck and said, "You dumb son of a bitch, we're going to run a football in there, and I don't care what the hell you're thinking about it." I think some quarterbacks would have done that. I just don't think he would do it against That fool, which he shouldn't still be there in Seattle either. That dumbass ought to have been done run out of town long ago. The longest train. That's it. He may be the dumbest. He may be the dumbest head coach other than the one we got. He's a stupid ass. Yeah, he is so overrated. He is so overrated. He's not that good a coach.
He has been to 2 Super Bowls and
and he's had his quarterback throw from the 1 yard line with 2nd and goal. It had a guy that ran for 1,600 yards.
Well, let's be fair. That was Darryl Bevel that called that play, not Pete Carroll. And that's why Bevel's not there anymore.
Yeah, Pete Carroll should have been gone too as soon as that's over with, because I'd have killed my offensive coordinator right on the spot. I'd have been like, "You have got to be shitting me that you even do some crap like that." But yeah, I don't know. You got to be on the same page. You got to be on the same page.
I will tell you, sometimes as coaches, we outcoach ourselves.
Yes.
I've been on staffs where we've done that, and that's a big stage, and I think they just outcoach themselves. Sometimes it's just good to be simple. You know?
Talk yourselves out.
If simple's going to work, you might as well do it.
But Carroll has always been one I've never liked anyway. I've always thought he was overrated.
Yeah.
I from his start when they hired him.
He didn't do well his first 2 times in the NFL, but at least he did have some success with this trip.
But and the one we got at Washington, they can't ship that son of a bitch out quick. they just cannot. Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
They'll probably sign him to a 10-year extension tomorrow. Now that you said that.
Please no. No, we don't need that.
Is Cam Newton done, guys? Have we seen all that we're going to see out of him?
No, I don't think so. I think Cam Newton has a better chance of starting week 1 than Kaepernick does. Anthony, what do you think?
Well, yeah, because Kaepernick's not on a roster.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, right.
Well, where's Cam? Where's Cam at? Where's Cam at right now?
Carolina.
Yeah.
Carolina. He went back to Carolina.
Oh, I didn't know he re-signed with him. I didn't even know he'd re-signed.
After Darnold got benched.
And is Darnold still down there?
Yep.
So,
yes.
They can't
be sure.
So they will probably be releasing one of these quarterbacks come either May 1st or June 1st. One of them they won't be counted against their payroll. So
it's weird how he started out so well. Darnold.
Yeah.
But yeah, anytime you bring up an idiot coach in Washington and Seattle, it goes downhill really quick, because that's Dumb and Dumber for you right there. All they need to do is catch a bus together, and then will Detroit go 500 this year with all these picks that they're getting? I mean, my Lord, they're getting like 19 picks or some shit. I mean, it's crazy amounts.
Well, I thought Goff would have played better than what he did. I thought change of scenery, he would kind of be a little bit sharper. But.
Yeah. What do you think, Anthony? Can the Lions win 8 this year?
They'll be better. I really like. I said it last year. I really like the team. They play hard for that coach. I think they're a 7 or 8 win team though, so they'll be just kind of 500.
Yeah, I think they're going to pass Minnesota. That was Keith's pick for the Super Bowl last year. Hey, he hears me. Yep. Chicago. I think they're better than Chicago now. And then Green Bay. Did Green Bay help their cause a whole hell of a lot? Yeah, they signed back Hero, but they didn't keep the real hero, Adams. To me, I don't think they're as good a team. What do you think, Anthony?
That coach go to Chicago or something? Or
you asked if Detroit was going to be. I think Detroit will be better, but won't be 500. Probably 5 or 6 games, because it's as my buddy Jason Garrett once said, it's a process. That's all he ever says. It's a process. So the Lions will win 5, 6 games. That's enough.
Is Minnesota still going with Kirk Cousins again?
Unfortunately.
I imagine.
Oh, Lord. When are they going to hang that project?
Rodgers and Cousins.
But dude, that's a
Well,
big drop. There's Rogers, and then there's Cousins.
Minnesota?
Yeah, Cousins to me is no better
Right.
than the kid
And then
in Detroit.
Fields.
Yeah, and Fields is down there.
Well, Fields hopefully will have a coach that's
Yeah.
actually paying attention to him during the games this year.
Yeah, this past year was sad watching him play. It was so sad because
He did show some good athletic skills there. I mean, he
was running for his life. He was running for his damn life all the time. Yeah, that's about it. But I mean, like we say, so was that kid from Washington, Heineke or whatever. He's like 5'4", and he was running his friggin' life too.
And Wentz is probably a better passer than Heineke will ever dream of being. But I just wonder if Heineke wasn't a little better with decision making than
we'll
Wentz.
see. Yeah.
I mean, Heineke's not going to really impress anybody, but at least he's
we need to see Snyder's.
I
want to see Snyder's decision making. I want to see Snyder decide to fire this coach and bring in some other coach. I don't care if he brings a high school coach in from.
I'd like to see Snyder fire Snyder.
Oh, get rid of himself.
Well, at least cut himself out of it. The league would probably like to get rid of him too. But
Bruce.
I'd like to see him go a year without any sexual harassment allegations.
Yeah, right. That'd be good. That's a good start.
I mean, Bruce Allen wanted. I mean, they need to bring in a general manager, or they need to bring in somebody. I don't know who, but
I'm so tired of them trading draft picks away. They gotta start collecting draft picks,
right? Do like Detroit. Do like some of these other teams did,
and then use them on something that's
and keep them. And keep them. Don't let them go. Don't let them go in the third year, and let them go to Dallas, and let them go to Philly and all that. Yeah, I don't know. I think this year could be very, very interesting all the way around, and from one quarter.
The guy that was the quarterback for the Bears, and then
Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton.
No. The guy they drafted out of Carolina.
Trubisky.
Oh,
Trubisky, yes.
Somebody else has got. Who signed him?
Is he in Atlanta? I don't know.
I want to say he's up in the Northeast somewhere.
Punching it up.
Let's see where Mitchell Trubisky is.
He was in Buffalo last year.
Yeah, but I think somebody else signed him up there.
Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, it was Pittsburgh or the Giants, maybe?
Oh, he's playing in Pittsburgh now. Yeah, he's with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He is with Pittsburgh now. Yes.
Okay.
So forget Kaepernick to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen, man. No. And who at all does the Falcons have at quarterback? I mean, do they have the guy that's on the couch down 3rd Street? I mean, really, who the hell do they have quarterback?
Haven't heard anything.
Atlanta Falcons quarterback. It's coming up in. Oh, Mariota, Marcus Mariota, and they even said he was going to. That's right. Right, and I heard wherever he went, it said they were going to let him be the starter this year. You know what? To me, it's not that much of a step down from Ryan to Mariota. To me, it ain't. I've always thought Ryan was overrated as hell.
No.
Ryan's a very good game manager. I think Mariota's a little bit more reckless.
Okay.
But Falcons are also interested in. They've been looking a lot at Willis.
Malik Willis. Yeah. Peter King had that thing up on him today on the NFL Network, and had Malik Willis saying he may end up going to Atlanta, or at least
are they in need of a number 1 receiver now too? Because Ridley's in trouble.
They need a lot. They need a lot. Yeah, they need a whole lot. Chris Olave is obviously a pick that they could get if they don't go with Malik Willis. And then I'm even hearing that they may go with Olave 1st round and then Desmond Ridder if they can get a late 1st or early 2nd.
That's a Cincinnati guy.
Yeah. And that's the one Anthony said. See, to me, I don't even think he's a first 3 round guy. I don't think he's that good, But my goodness, I mean, look what they got out there. The kid from Ole Miss, I think at best is a third round kid. But being that people need quarterbacks, they will overpay like crazy. Is Malik Willis as good as any of the first 4 quarterbacks that went last year? To me, no. What do you think, Anthony? Malik Willis, is he as good as
there's no quarterback as good as the first?
First 4.
I don't think any quarterback this year is as good as any of those first 5 last year.
No. I think if Mac Jones was in this draft, he would be the first quarterback to go. Now, who went after Jones?
Sure.
It was
Patriots.
Right? No. Who went after Jones as far as quarterbacks? There was one that went later.
Oh, okay.
Mills did, didn't he?
I
remember there was somebody that picked
Mills
him.
was like a third or fourth.
Mills went wasn't he maybe free agent?
Or you mean in the first round or something?
Or first or second round, right there after. Jones went like 16th or something. Then there was another one that I want to say went like 28th or something, 29th. But I can't think of who it was.
Well, Trevor Lawrence went first.
Yes, he did. And then Wilson went second. Zach Wilson went second. And then third went to the kid from Chicago. Oh, yeah, that's right, Trey Lance. Then fifth pick. No, Lance didn't go third. The kid from Chicago went third.
I thought San Francisco had the number 2 or 3 pick.
Fields went, and then Lance went, I think.
No, Lance was number 2.
It was
Caleb Farley.
Farley, okay.
I thought the 49ers traded up to number 2 to get Lance.
No,
they traded up to 3.
Lawrence went, then Zach Wilson, Lance, then Fields, Jones, and then Trask.
Okay.
Down to 10.
Okay.
Kyle Trask. That's who
Kyle Trask out of Florida.
Kellen Mond went third round.
Okay, so where did Trask end up?
Was it Tennessee or something?
Tampa Bay.
Oh, that's right. Trask.
That's right. Yeah, it was Tampa Bay.
Last pick of the second round.
So
yeah, he backed up Brady.
I remember thinking of him being the backup to Brady.
So okay, so the kid from 49ers went third overall. Then Chicago picked a little later and took that kid, and then a good bit later the Patriots took Jones. Then
15th.
Was it 15th? Okay, and then somebody went, and then Trask went. Somebody else went before
15th. Yeah.
Well, Trask was the last pick of round
Trask.
2.
Was Trask the next one taken after?
No.
Yes.
Caleb Farley was the next. Farley is a cornerback, not a quarterback.
Oh no, that's what we was wondering about quarterback. So okay, so Trask was the next quarterback taken. So let me ask this then. How about this one? If Trask was in
right.
If Trask was in this draft, would he be the number 1 quarterback to go? That would be.
I don't know. I think that Pittsburgh guy would probably rank ahead of him.
I actually think Malik Willis would go ahead. I think Malik Willis would go ahead of him, and the Pittsburgh guy would go ahead of him. I think 2 of them would. Anthony, what do you think?
I agree. I think Trask would have snuck into the first round, though.
Yeah, probably so. Probably. But I don't think he would have moved up a lot because he's not – I think he's better than Desmond Ridder. I think he is. Now, it may not be, but I still think Ridder's going to end up going first round. I think Ridder still could go first round. And I think Trask is probably on the level with the kid from Ole Miss. What's his name?
Corral.
Yeah. I think they're pretty close there. I don't think it's much different. Corral might be a little bit better, but we'll see. But
I think Corral would have got into the first round too if he hadn't hurt his knee.
Yeah.
No way he does now.
You don't think so? You don't think so now? Oh, okay.
Do you think it would be fun to be the guy that was the GM or guy making the picks for the Cincinnati Bengals this offseason? Because, I mean, it seems like you just zero in on offensive line and just make sure you loaded that up.
They need more than one.
Yeah.
White Sox
everything
signed.
else is probably kind of set. If you just keep everybody.
White Sox officially signed Johnny Cueto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jordy Mercer announces his retirement. Greg Bird signed some minor
Yippee! I know.
league contract with the Yankees. And who do you think has the most hits in baseball this season? Kyle Schwarber. I'll say. Anthony.
Oh, that was your real pick?
Yeah. I think Kyle Schwarber.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think Kyle Schwarber
Has the most hits.
I think he's going to lead off for the Phillies. I think he could definitely get 215 hits. Yeah,
I don't
Absolutely
think
not.
absolutely not. Okay, who you think?
We'll go with
I know what.
Juan Soto.
Juan Soto. Mike. Mike, you got that mean look on your
This
face.
is a shot in the dark, but I'm going to say Starlin Marte.
All right, Starlin Marte. Keith.
Yeah, I do. I'm just reading something. I was just reading something about the quarterbacks. You know, they're reading the quarterbacks right now.
Oh, is it possible
Keith.
like Mookie
They
Betts?
have,
could do that? I mean,
Mookie Betts definitely. Mookie Betts is he's capable of hitting well over 300. He can lead off and playing on a murderer's row team. Betts could definitely do it. Paulie.
Bo Bichette.
Oh, okay.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Second in hits last year.
Yeah.
He's got
He
the
definitely
best hair in baseball too, just like you have the best hair in the chat.
So, yeah, we all made our picks for MVPs.
Nah, Vlad's got the best hair.
And we all made our picks for Cy Young and who we think is going to the World Series. And I hope you all enjoyed it. For Keith, for Anthony, for Mike, for Paulie, my name's Rob. We will be back the 28th. Who's going to be here the 28th for NFL Draft Night?
I'll try to be. If I'm not on,
I'll try to be.
And on top of that,
we're number 5. We're at number 5.
What'd you say?
We're going to be drinking again like we did last year, right?
If you want to, you can do a shot every time.
Right, you can do a shot.
We'll have to come up with something for Mel Kiper, you know, some his phrases or something, and have Anthony do a drinking game on it.
You know, veneer.
What we'll have to do is maybe this. What we'll have to do is this: have a shot glass. And if you're wrong, each time you're wrong, you have to take a shot. That way,
we'll be drunk.
God, we'll be loaded by the middle of the first round.
The 13th.
By the top of the first round,
that video would get clipped out from YouTube for sure.
With the 13th pick in the first round, I don't know and don't give a shit. Yeah,
Anthony probably light up with.
Anthony have a big hoagie in his mouth. I mean, a big stogie in his mouth, smoking it, and be like sipping his wine and stuff, and be like, "You poor bastards can't pick shit." Man, we all be sitting there drunk as hell.
Oh, man. Things so clear right now.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. So. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The 28th, we're going to be here. We're going to start up about 30 minutes prior to the draft that night, whatever time. If it starts 7 Eastern time, we'll start 6:30, and we'll just have people coming in as the evening progresses. We hope Tim joins us. Harris has said he will. Matt Sharver, we got to get him to join us. And let's see. Dwayne as well. All these guys that we mentioned had stuff going on tonight or had other commitments. So we're trying to get everybody ready for the NFL draft. You all have a great, great night. God bless. Be good to one another and be safe. This is tornado time, and it's just not a lot of fun. So if you're in tornado towns, be safe is the main thing. God bless and go Boston and Philly. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.